Many people don't know this, but just 3 ChatGPT responses can consume an entire bottle of water. While we were distracted with other things, there's a danger that nobody's talking about. But it's going to hit harder than anything this decade. The world could run out of water. It's actually called Day Zero. Now, Day Zero is a moment when the water supply gets so low that governments have to shut off access to regular tap water. Remember, we're in the biggest tech transformation in history, and tech needs water. AI and data centers need water. Now, this is a serious threat, but it could be a huge opportunity. There's a reason why people like Bill Gates, Richard Branson, and other billionaires are investing in water. Now, here's 5 ways to invest in water. You have water ETFs, PHO, FIW, both give you exposure to the
A drought is putting pressure on water systems across North Carolina, but the bigger concern may be what comes next. Climate change reporter Liz McLaughlin looks at whether our water supply can keep up.
Strains on water supplies are adding up, from more severe droughts to development across the state. And as demand grows, so do concerns about how sustainable that supply really is. A recent United Nations study warns of water bankruptcy when water systems are pushed beyond their ability to recover.
Well, I think the weather patterns in the future are going to constantly change. And so if we're going to be resilient as communities, we have to prepare for that possibility. And that means not exhausting our margins with interbasin transfers and being thoughtful about our growth patterns.
I spoke with Anthony Scarr, the director for the Western Piedmont Council of Governments, a regional planner for Western North Carolina. He's worried about interbasin transfers, moving water from one river system to another, a practice that's becoming more common as communities grow beyond their local supply. In Fuquay-Varina, leaders are asking to pull more than 6 million gallons of water a day from the Cape Fear River Basin, water that would not be returned there.
And I think if you're growing and supporting development within your own basin, that's great, that's fine. But if you're transferring a resource out of one river basin into another, that's not really a sustainable practice.
At the same time, large industrial users like data centers are adding new pressure, especially in rural areas.
Technology is just changing so quickly that there's no way to predict what the future is going to look like, both from the environmental side, what's coming down the line with flooding, drought, all those things, but also what these data centers are going to need, both for energy and water.
Climate change also adds to the pressure with longer dry periods and hotter temperatures. Liz McLaughlin, WRAL News.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise,
adding new pressure.
Father's only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth according to the Bible and rule well. And that's Shalom, our sincere argument throughout the 4 corners of the earth, pushing this truth through diligence and sincerity and in charity. And then that's Shalom to all you sincere followers, believers of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Not just hearers of the word, but doers as well. You men, women, and children, all for elect. Shalom. I touched on this briefly about a week ago about the water in the data centers. And I stand corrected. It's not a gallon of water, right? About a bottle of water for every couple questions that you ask AI. And that's a lot of water still. That's a lot of water that these devils are using for the data centers and the think tanks, and it's taken away from the people. All right. And one thing people can go without is entertainment. You know, they can go without entertainment. They can go without certain clothing. All right, things of that nature. But what a person cannot go without is food and water. Okay. After about, anywhere from 10 to 14 days, the body starts eating away on stored up fat. You know? But this lack of water, man, it's gonna hit hard. It's gonna get hard. And that's why Ezra said, 2 Ezra 16, And 17, it says, woe is me, woe is me, woe means destruction. Who will deliver me in those days? Because you can have, water and goods stocked up, right? But what happens when prophecy happens where, people kick in your door, and if the Lord's not on your side, they're taking everything that you stored up. Okay? This is where the devil is taking it. He's hoarding up everything in the earth for himself and for his business, his interest. And his interest, part of his big interest is not to have you Israelites around. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. Okay? And just thinking that small hat, Nuwal Harari, that's how you pronounce his name, said he can piss off God. Okay, because they can create their own rain. So if they can create their own rain, right? The Lord gave them the ability to create rain. You don't think they're the ones causing the drought? They're the ones not causing it to rain? Just a thought. Which is really Yahweh Shem Shai, because man's going is of the Lord. And this is, it's fulfilling prophecy. 2 16 and 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. I got a bottle of water in front of me right now. And that's the crazy part, because if this thing keeps going the way it's going, people are going to be deleting each other over bottles of water. You know how many times, think about how many times you've seen a bottle of water in the street, a half a bottle of water, or somebody opened it up and took a few sips and then tossed it. I mean, we've all been guilty of it. But those, bottles of water are going to be priceless in these times we're coming in, man. You're not going to be able to bathe like you once did. A lot of women going to be stinking. Everybody going to be stinking, man. This is the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. It's the beginning of famine and great death. Because once again, what these bodies need is food and water. And the Lord is going to bringing a shortage of it. It's man-made orchestrated. All right. I mean, look at it. I took it away. It went away. I hate when it does that. But I want to bring this out real quick, because it says North Carolina has roughly 100 to 110 total data centers, with a rapid expansion of AI specific. And this is going to some of the projects and companies. But that's a lot of data centers, man. 100 to 110, and with rapid expansion. Let's see if there's anything else. I mean, that's going to take away from the people. and these are the beginnings of it. It says the beginning, back in 2 16, 18, the beginning of famine and great death, because it's going to cause death. And it tells you in Lamentations, I believe it is. It's Lamentations chapter 4, verse 9. It says, they that be slain with the sword, what's modern day sword? The gun, or, a killer instrument, are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for the want of the fruits of the field. So once again, that body's going to start eating away in itself. When you don't have no food, no water. Okay, I bet you need both, man. You need both. You can go longer without food, but you need water, man. And this devil is hoarding it up for his gain. 2 Ezra 16, back in 2 Ezra 16 and 18, it says, beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. Because things going to get out of these elites' hands, man. All right? Yahweh Shai going to take the wheel and let them know they were just men. This is the beginning of evils. These are going to be bad times, man. So we got to continue to fear Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, cherish what he gives us, man. You know, don't be out here wasting no water. Wasting food. Because there's coming a time where there's going to be a shortage of these things, man. It says, what shall I do when these evils shall come? And the best thing we can do is pray. Watch and pray. It tells you in Luke, the 21st chapter, that we may be able to escape the things that are coming. So I'm going to jump down. Behold, verse 21, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Yeah, you still be able to get, food for, a decent dollar. A lot of people shop at the Dollar Tree, Dollar Store. A lot of people don't even go to Walmart no more. They don't go to your Walmarts, your Food Lions, your Krogers, okay, your Wegmans. What else stores you got? Your Publix. People are just strictly shopping at the Dollar Tree. They got meat. They got produce. Some of them, most of them, they got the dairy section. So people are saying, okay, we still good. Not gonna make something shake. But guess what? Reading on, 2 Ezra 16 and 21, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. Water bills are going up. Once again, we already know food is going up. Electric bills, light bills, right, are going up. Gas bills going up. And people are from, what? Why is this happening? Great confusion is because it's all Bible prophecy. Last month, my bill was just, $100. Now it's $850. What happened? Nothing changed. I didn't use it any more or any less than, my previous, But it's prophecy. Verse 22, and these are evils, man. People are contemplating whether they're going to make a car note, pay the car note, pay the insurance, all right, or try to hold on to the next paycheck and buy grocery, pay the light bill, the gas bill. Okay, people are put in these difficult situations, and it's bringing forth evils. People are losing it, crashing out. Verse 22, 2 Ezra 16:22, and many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. There you go again. And water's a part of that. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So there's no escaping. See, these prophecies are kicking in high gear now. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. See, these prophecies had an appointed time for them to speak loud and clear, and they're speaking loud and clear now, man. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. And that's what's happening, man. And it's going to hit our people, in their face, and it's going to be too late for a lot of our people to repent, turn back, seek the Lord, man. Remember Isaiah 65, my servants shall eat and drink. Yeah, man. So, once again, Lord, have me go back on this topic. You know, these data centers. All right. Along with the water shortages, are going to equal to evils, man. Shalom.